ahead and set something up here. Increase the safety of the surrounding area, but decrease the liberty. Increase the beauty. You know what? Let's go ahead and have a couple of statues. Let me zoom in so we can actually see what the statues will look like. That way we can determine which one we want to build. Oh, that is the statue of some sort of a worker. School teacher, maybe? Soldiers! Yes, let's go for these statues. We'll have a couple of these, and we're going to put them... let's see... one right here, and another one on the other side right over here. Let's see if we can arrange it right about there. And then let's go ahead and set up a small garden as well, because we may be oppressing our people, but we want them to at least think it's pretty here. This works. This works right here. And there. Those are built instantly. They don't require anyone to build them. And that is, well, kind of handy for us. Oh, look at this.
My dear
No high school.
Presidente, do you know that your advisor, Penultimo, spells his name with not one, not two, but 5 typos? All intellectuals agree that it is high time we build a high school on our island.
You need educated workers for just about any advanced building. Hiring them from abroad will quickly become too expensive. Yes, it will. So it's more prudent to invest in a high school now and reap the benefits years later. Yes, that actually makes sense. Unfortunately, we can't really afford it. We did get a little bit of financial aid, much less from the U.S., but about the same from the USSR. The reason for that is that if you look at our almanac here, the U.S. doesn't like us nearly as much. They think we're oriented way too much towards communism, and while we do have excellent relations with our capitalists, they don't like that we're in debt. USSR loves us because of the reputation with our communist faction, how oriented we are towards communism, but we're in debt. That's not great. Now the EU, they're neutral. China loves us because of our low liberty. China likes it when we oppress our people. Middle East doesn't like us because we're not exporting. They do like that we're not exporting oil, but they think that we have too many churches and cathedrals. That's interesting. We only have the one church. That's interesting. Well, presumably they don't really like the Catholic Church that we have. That makes sense, I guess. Right now, all the factions except the Loyalists love us. We will fix this shortly. We will be building a childhood museum shortly. The militarist faction, they adore us, of course. The communists also adore us because we are giving everyone food, everyone has adequate housing, and healthcare is not terrible. That's going to go way down shortly because we are not going to be able to afford a clinic just yet. Capitalists like that we don't have too much crime. Religious folks like us because there's a church on the island and everybody's got enough religious satisfaction. They also like that we went to East Point. Their faction leader is not super happy with us.
Buenas tardes.
Why is she not happy with us? What does she not have? She doesn't love her job. She actually hates her job. And crime safety, she's okay with crime safety, but it's apparently her job and the amount of liberty she has she doesn't like. That makes, okay. Well, too bad for her, I guess. That's not going to change. The liberty thing is just not going to change. Environmentalists don't like it. Anytime we have any logging or mining industry, they're going to hate us no matter what we do. That's just not something we can fix, unfortunately. On the bright side, it does mean that we don't have to care about them very much. Alright. They are about 2 months away. We are apparently going to be importing some things. What are we importing, I wonder? Where are we importing from? I don't understand. Might be food of some kind, but that seems a little strange because we seem to have plenty of food. Huh. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what we'd be importing. Unless it is just more food. Well, we'll worry about that later. I'm not terribly worried about it. For the moment, let's see. Are we back up to 4 soldiers yet? No, we're still down to 3 soldiers. We still have the 2 priests. As you can see, having 2 priests mean we have this many spots open in the church. If we had all 4 priests, all of these positions would be open. That's how many people we can minister to at one time. People will file into and out of the church over time. Thinking it's starting to be about time that we need to start considering upgrading our military. The problem is that that's kind of difficult to do because we don't have any way to have college-educated workers, and that's what you require to have generals. I'm thinking maybe it's time we start going ahead and working on that high school. Unfortunately, that costs $8,000, so that's going to have to wait. That's just going to have to wait. However, I guess there are technically ways around that, but I'm not really keen on those just yet. Okay, this place is just opened. It looks like we have no current construction projects, which is perfectly fine, but it does mean that I'm going to...
¿Qué necesita?
Nope, wrong button. I'm going to kick a bunch of people out of this job and have them take up work elsewhere, I hope. Wow, all of our uneducated females are apparently working here. Apparently because this salt mine has to have male workers. Wow, most of our jobs have to have uneducated males and not females. We should probably do something about that disparity. How are we going to fix that? How are we going to fix that? Well, I guess we could put up another farm. But why don't we go for some variety in our food? Maybe we can have some bananas? Not really. Bananas are not really something we can produce very easily here. Papayas. Papayas are a little easier. Yeah, papayas will actually be a lot easier. Especially once that's cleared out some more. Pineapples. Pineapples, actually, we can do right down here, I suppose. Yeah, why don't we go and do pineapples down here, then? Like so. The rocks will be a little bit in the way, but it should be alright for now. That way we'll have another farm set up. We'll have a little bit more income. Pineapples we can sell, of course. That'll also give our builders something to do, because I'm tired of them wandering around doing nothing. Lazy cheapskates. Our tenements are still not completely full, so I'm not going to quite build another one just yet. Ship is docked, bringing in 5 new people. Alright. More builders, is that right? Even more builders, my goodness. I guess they're filling up every other job, aren't they? I know that farmers don't have a gender restriction, so we may actually want to consider... Yeah, okay, we still have open spots in our farms, so I'm going to fire a bunch of these people here. See if they go to work at the farms. El Presidente is over here, encouraging work in his special El Presidente sort of way. Teamsters. The Teamsters have to be men. Okay. Dock workers. Okay, we are back up above 0. Well, we have been for a bit, but we're getting a little bit more profit again. Now, this import expenses, I don't understand where that's coming from. Is that food? Are we really running that short on food? I'm going to check our almanac. Check our food here. Not economy. It's overall happiness. Food quality is 59%. Nobody is skipping meals. Food variety is low, though. That might be what it is. They're trying to get more variety in their diet, I guess. I'm hoping, because I can't see where else would be importing things. Okay, this shanty is ugly and empty, so why don't we go ahead and demolish it? I think that's under infrastructure? Yes. Demolish the shanty. Oh, poor healthcare was responsible for 5 deaths last year. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for a few years. I can't afford both a clinic and the doctor needed to staff it right now. keep firing people. We don't need that many people in the construction yards when we don't have anything building. I shouldn't have built that second construction yard. Not yet. I usually like to do that early, though, as a sort of preventative measure. We still only have the 2 lumberjacks. That's interesting. These colors here, I should probably explain, they show you, like, green is best, yellow is not so good, red is the worst, for whatever it is that they're putting there. So with these farms, for example, it's telling you how the ground is for corn in this area. These guys are, in fact, building their pineapple fields. That's what these little things are here. These are fields. They will start sprouting pineapples shortly. Hopefully after a couple of years we will have a better variety of food, and with between the fish, the corn, the pineapples, I think we'll be alright for a while. Here, let's see. I'm going to forbid imports. We don't want to buy any more imports. We have plenty of food on the island for now. We can always re-enable those later. Also, I think I can look in my almanac and find out where we're importing from. What's the top import? Corn. Yep, they're just importing food. We don't want them to import food anymore. We have plenty of food on the island for now. I think we're good there. Now, let's see here. Still only have our 3 soldiers. We're going to have to start working on upgrading that as soon as we can afford to. Let's see. Tenements are actually starting to get full. I might actually build a normal house. Let me see if I can build like a normal... Can't fit it in there. Can I fit anything in there? Because that's where the other house was already located. Can I fit like maybe a country house? No. Can I fit a bunkhouse maybe? Because that's still better than a shanty. Yes, I can fit a bunkhouse in there. That'll work. And then I'm going to go ahead and build a normal house, and I'm going to price it appropriately for housing some of the soldiers. I'm going to put it right here so that, yeah, I'm going to put it just like this so that our soldiers will have an appropriate style of house. Let's see, soldiers make 15, so I'll price this at 5, which means that our soldiers will, make sure that I get all these set properly. Our soldiers will be the only ones who can really afford to live here, as our soldiers and the ones married to soldiers, as well as our priests and other people who are highly educated. But the priests would have to be married to someone. And yes, you can get... priests can marry in Tropico, apparently. Wow, that's actually a lot of food stocked up at the place there. Yeah, that's very good.
Tropico is currently short on cash. Penultimo, what is your stance on the situation?
I blame rich people. They should just give their money to the others, and we will all be fine.
Gotta love Penultimo. He's not what you would call bright. I'm actually going to I'm going to find a soldier. I'm going to force them to move out of one of these tenements, or shanties, or bunkhouses, or wherever they live right now. Okay, I'm going to evict them and evict him. They will hopefully move into this house, because they can afford to. I'm hoping. Maybe not. Where did they go? Did they just move into the other tenement, or what? Oh, nope, there's one of them moved into the house. That's good. As long as, if their housing quality is higher than everyone else's, they'll be happier than everyone else, and that will be very, very good for us, obviously. Sorry about the clanging every time I click on that. We are making quite a bit of money back on this pub, plus it's making people happier. We want to keep them drunk. It's very important. Let's see. Okay, we just made some exports. We are just barely above the line there. As soon as the year rolls over and we get our foreign aid, I will check our almanac again. Hopefully we will stay just above the line so that the US and USSR don't hate us in January. No, we just dipped right under it. Of course we did.
A petition has arrived at the palace, insisting for a museum dedicated to your youth to be constructed immediately. I personally signed it 300 times, and counting.
Penultimo is the loyalist faction representative, basically. Every faction has its own representative, and Penultimo is the one that is deeply in love with us, in a kind of creepy sort of way. But you know what? He's right. He's actually right. This is actually important, because... which one was it in? Tourism? No. Luxury? No. Why is it a luxury? It's not a luxury attraction. It is government, or welfare and economy. No, government. I can't remember where that actually came from. Let me see here. No, it's not. Okay. That's just all the hotels. Attractions. That does not have the Childhood Museum. Wait, it's an entertainment, isn't it? It's an entertainment, yes. Childhood Museum. A theme park centered on the humble personality of El Presidente. And basically, we can put this anywhere. I'm thinking I want to save this space for another tenement. So I'm actually going to put this over here like so. There. And then we're going to have to set this to loudspeakers. It increases the respect of anyone who visits here by 10. It does require high school female educated workers, but I'm going to set the entry fee to 6. And we may have to hire a worker or two. Our financial aid came in again. Good. We may have to hire a worker or two to keep this running. We'll see. I'm also thinking it's about time we start investing in that high school, because we're not going to get very far otherwise. It's going to be expensive. It's going to waste a lot of our money. But it's important, so we really don't have much of a choice. Unfortunately, our options for where to build it are kind of limited. I'm probably going to have to put it over here. Seems kind of a waste of space, unfortunately, because of the way it's angled, but you know what? Right over here is probably better, right near all the houses, so that people don't have to travel as far to get there. That seems better to me. So, there. But first, we want this to finish first. And
What matter
El Presidente
requires
is going to go
Presidente's
over
attention?
here, and he's going to... we're going to be broke this whole year. We may actually go under that 10,000 even. Hoping we don't, but we might. We'll see. It kind of depends on how much we export over the course of the year, because we have another freighter coming in before the end of the year. Hopefully we'll get some good exports going. These loudspeakers gladly tell everyone about the glory of El Presidente. We would also have a retirement fund where all of our profits go to the Swiss bank account, and that would actually increase our score and be kind of cool. And we may actually play another game later where it's based on how high we can get our Swiss bank account. But right now, well, we're not really expecting to survive to the end of our term, so having a really good bank account won't matter nearly as much. Kind of expecting we're most likely going to be executed, possibly by our own soldiers. But having high school educated workers means we can have more soldiers. And we need that, so... Alright. Yep, second soldier is living there now. Good. That means we are actually making a little bit of money back on it. Good. This currently has no workers. I hate to have to do this, but I'm going to have to hire a couple more. Because we're going to need one who works here anyway. That means we're going to be hiring another... We're going to be basically kicking one of the ones out of here and making them work over here. Because we...